Welcome to AffairsCloud. My name is Vikas Rana. We are one-stop solution for current affairs. You can find Crack Current Affairs course on our application exclusively for current affairs, where you will get daily, weekly, monthly content on regular basis. Use the code Vikas10 and get 10% additional discount while purchasing the course. Also, students, follow us on Telegram and Instagram. The link for the same are mentioned in our description. This video has both English and Hindi. The first part is English and second part is Hindi. Timestamps are mentioned in the description below. Hello students, how are you all? I hope you are all good. So students, in this video we will be discussing important current affairs for banking and finance for the May month for first part, right? This is the first part of it. Let's start. The first question is, mark the correct statement regarding the three significant surveys that were initiated by RBI on 29th of April to guide the monetary policy decisions. You have to find the correct statement. So all of these options are rightly mentioned, right? Which are those surveys? Inflation expectation survey of household, urban consumer confidence survey, and rural consumer confidence survey. Next, in April, Department of Post signed a memorandum of understanding with which of the following to simplify the customer onboarding process for mutual fund investors. So, DOP signed an MOU with which of the following? So, they have signed this MOU with SBI Mutual Funds Limited. This initiative will aim to streamline the KYC process, ensure convenience, security, and regulatory compliance. Next, mention the insurance company that launched the Climate Safe, a first of its kind parametric climate risk insurance product in India that will offer quick financial relief to the individuals that are affected by climate change related weather events such as extreme heat, cold waves, or excessive rainfall. So, from these weather events, which company will be providing insurance? It is Bajaj Allianz General Insurance Company Limited, and they have launched this Climate Safe. It will provide financial support of up to 6,000 rupees per worker, right? If the AQI, that is your air quality index, increases by or exceeds by 400, right? And if this happens twice, correct, then the workers will be provided with 6,000 rupees per worker. Next, identify the bank which signed an MOU with Land Ports Authority of India, an autonomous body under the Ministry of Home Affairs, to enhance the banking services infrastructure at 26 land ports situated along India's border with Nepal, Bangladesh, and Bhutan and Myanmar. So, which bank signed this MOU with Land Ports Authority of India? It is State Bank of India, that is SBI. Next is, in April, with self-regulatory organization SRO, they have signed an MOU with Bank of India to enhance financial access for small, micro, and women-led enterprises in rural and semi-urban areas. It is Sadhan, right? Take a note of this, Sadhan. This is New Delhi-based SRO, self-regulatory organization appointed by RBI for microfinance and impact finance institutions, and they signed this MOU with Bank of India. Next, India's export of goods and services reached an all-time high of $824.9 billion in FY25 as per the data on services trade for March 2025 that was released by RBI in May 2025. Take a note of this. Next, identify the payment service provider that recently launched the India's first model context protocol server for a payment gateway in April, enabling businesses to integrate AI-driven systems. It is Razorpay. Take a note of this. This is the first model context protocol server for a payment gateway that will enable AI-driven systems that will be directly incorporated with the payment infrastructure. Next, ZAC e-Payment Services Limited, that is ZACPay, they received the final regulatory approval of the certification of authorization from RBI to operate as a payment aggregator. Payment aggregator, that means they can be receive or they can now receive and send payments to the merchants within India only. If it was cross-border, then it could have been between different countries. Next, IFSCA, that is International Financial Service Centers Authority, they have signed an MOU with which institution to boost capacity building in the securities market in GIFT IFSC. It is National Institute of Securities Market. Next is, in May, which company launched India's first AI-powered gold melting automated teller machine, that is IT. If you remember, this was launched earlier in China, right? And now it is Gold Sikka. It is now Gold Sikka Limited. This is the company. They have launched the first AI powered gold melting ATM machine. With this ATM, you can deposit gold and withdraw. You can basically provide the gold to these ATMs and they will be returning you the cash based on the purity and the weight of the gold. Next is what is the minimum investment threshold or ticket size mandated by SEBI for the issuance of securitized debt instruments for RBI regulated originators and unregulated entities. So minimum investment threshold here is of 1 crore rupees. It is now mandatory to have at least 3 years of operating experience for the originators, and these new norms will aim to ensure originators they maintain interest in underlying asset as the amount has been now 1 crore rupees. Right, this is for SDIs, that is securitized debt instruments for RBI regulated originators and unregulated entities that are engaged in securitization activities. Next, mention the organization that supported the Haryana AI development project, which was approved by Haryana cabinet led by Haryana Chief Minister Nayab Singh Saini in May for the period of 2025 to 2028. So which is that project? It is World Bank. Correct. So Nayab Singh Saini, the Chief Minister of Haryana, has approved a 3-year Haryana Artificial Intelligence Development Program that will be backed by World Bank. And this is for 2025 till 2028, and 474.39 crore rupees will be spent here, and an SPV, special purpose vehicle, will be established. Next, SBI has released a report forecasting that India's retail inflation measured by the Consumer Price Index is expected to remain below 3% during the first quarter of FY26. That is a good news for Indian market. With this, what will happen is that people will be having more money. As inflation won't be rising, people will be having more money in their hand. Hence, the spending power of people will increase. And if you are seeing that few months or few days back, the repo rate was also reduced by 50 basis points by RBI, and this initiative itself will further enhance the market. How? Because the loans, the home loans especially, they will be getting cheap. Next, Kotak Mahindra Bank launched their premium invite-only Kotak Solitaire credit card that will be targeting the high net worth individuals customer segment under their Solitaire program. Next is mark the correct statement regarding the RBI relaxing norms for foreign portfolio investors to buy local corporate bonds by removing short-term debt instrument limits and concentration limits in May 2025. If we look at the options, we have to find the correct statement. So previously, FBIs were allowed to invest a maximum of 30% of their total investment in corporate bonds with a residual maturity of 1 year or less. So option A is absolutely right. Next is which country introduced the world's first national cryptocurrency tourism payment system in May through a collaboration with Binance Pay and DK Bank? It is Bhutan. What will happen now is the tourism will be flourishing here, as the tourists will now be able to pay through their cryptocurrencies in Bhutan for the tourism, be it your flight tickets, be it your hotel booking, or for food, or for leisure, or for travel. Everything can be paid through Binance, right, in the cryptocurrencies. Next, and the cryptocurrency that will be accepted here is BTC, that is your Binance coin, BNB, and USDC, that is United States dollar coin. Next, in May, RBI recognized the Fixed Income Money Market and Derivative Association as a dash, that is as a self-regulatory organization, financial market regulated by RBI. This recognition will enhance the authority to regulate the member conduct and enforce fair prices in the financial market. And this organization, it is an association of the commercial banks, public financial institutions, primary dealers, and insurance companies that was incorporated in 1998. Next is public sector banks cumulative profit rose to a record level in FY25, registering a growth of 26% over the previous year. Identify the correct statement from these options. So all these three options are rightly mentioned. Next, mention the name of the bank becoming the first from the Middle East and African region to open their branch in GIFT IFSC, that is in Gandhinagar, Gujarat. It is Qatar National Bank Group, the first bank from the Middle East and African region. Next is mention the name of the specialized suite of current and saving accounts launched by Canara Bank to cater or to cater the institutional clients including healthcare, education and religious organizations. It is Canara True Edge. The new offering is designed to address the unique banking requirements of institutional clients across the country, including various sectors such as your healthcare, education, and religious organizations. Next, identify the financial institute that extended 1910 crore funding to Uttarakhand in May for urban infrastructure development under the Uttarakhand Urban Sector Development Agency. It is European Investment Bank, that is EIB. This will enhance the urban infrastructure development across 4 cities of Uttarakhand. Right? Take a note of it. And the amount here is 1910 crore rupees. Next, RBI has imposed a total monetary penalty of 2.72 crore rupees on SBI and Jana Small Finance Bank. This is for non-compliance and regulatory guidelines. SBI was imposed with 1.728 crore rupees penalty, and Jana Small Finance Bank, they were imposed with 1 crore rupees penalty. Next, mention the 2 fixed deposit schemes launched by Indian banks in 2025 to provide secure investment options and promote environmental sustainability. It is IND Secure and IND Green. This move comes along the discontinuation of their earlier retail FD schemes, that is IND Super 400 days, IND Super 300 days, effective from 8th of May. Next, which of the following recently received the certificate of authorization, that is COA, from RBI in May to operate as an online payment aggregator? We just saw what are the online payment aggregator. So PU Payments, they also received the approval to act as a payment aggregator. Next, Morgan Stanley Capital International, they included Coromandel International Limited along with FSN E-Commerce Ventures Limited, that is NICA, in their MSCI Global Standard Index as a part of their semi-annual index review. Take a note of this. This is good for the markets. Next, name the company in India that partnered with Mongolia's Khan Bank in May to modernize their core digital banking platform. It is TCS, Tata Consultancy Service Limited, and this will leverage the TCS flagship initiative TCS BANCS, that is your banking and core systems global banking platform, that will support the Khan Bank's comprehensive digital transformation by streamlining their operation and boosting the AI powered innovations. Next, what is the minimum value of private placement debt issue for which the SEBI mandated the use of electronic book platform in May to improve transparency and efficiency? It is 20 crore rupees. Take a note of it. Previously, electronic book mechanism was compulsory for all the private placements of debt securities with an issue size of 50 crore rupees or above. And now it is 20 crore rupees. Next, which of the following statements are correct regarding the recent announcements made by RBI concerning bank and fintech institutions? If we look at the options, all these 3 options are rightly mentioned. Next, identify the company that recently partnered with SBI Card to launch health-focused financial product in India. It is Apollo Healthco Limited. This collaboration aligned with India's growing demand for health-focused financial products in India, and this comes with an annual renewal fee of 499 rupees. But this fee can be waived off if you spend more than 1 lakh rupees in the last year. So that's all for the day, students. Now let's move to the revision part, and then we will continue with the second part in the next video. Next, which of the 2 countries were elected as the presidency of the United Nations Human Settlements Program, that is UN Habitat General Assembly for 25-29 term, that is from 2025 to 2029 term? It is Malaysia and UAE. So only A and C, right? These are the 2 countries elected as the presidency of the United Nations Habitat General Assembly for 2025 to 2029 term. And this is the first time in 15 years that Malaysia is having a leadership position in the UN body. Next, in May, India conducted the annual bilateral military exercise that was called Nomadic Elephant. This Nomadic Elephant is conducted with Maldives. This is conducted with Mongolia. Take a note of it. Right? Nomadic Elephant. And this is the 17th edition of this exercise. Then next is identify the organization that launched Climate Risk Information System in May to address climate related data gaps and promote sustainable finance. It is RBI, Reserve Bank of India. Next, in May, Ashish Pandey and Kalyan Kumar. Right, they were recommended as the managing director and CEO of Union Bank of India and Central Bank of India, respectively. Next, who is the current chairman of SEBI as of May 2025? So, Tuhin Kanta Pandey is the current chairman of SEBI. Next, according to in ISSAR, that is Indian Space Situational Assessment Report 24, that was released by ISRO in May, how many Indian spacecraft have been placed in Earth orbit as of December 31st? So, as of December 31st, 136th Indian spacecrafts have been placed in Earth orbit by ISRO. Next, name India's first indigenously developed government-funded artificial intelligence-based multimodal large language model that was launched by the Ministry of Science and Technology in June to support 22 Indian languages. So, name the India's first indigenously developed government-funded AI-based LLM. So it is Bharat Jet. This will revolutionize the AI development across linguistic and cultural spectrum in India. Next, which of the following organizations launched in May the Battery Aadhaar initiative during the Battery Summit 2025 held in New Delhi to enhance traceability and sustainability in India's battery ecosystem? So, which of the following organization launched this Battery Aadhaar initiative? It was launched by Ministry of Science and Technology. Next, where was the first edition of Niveshak Shivir initiative launched by IEPFA, that is Investor Education and Protection Fund Authority, in collaboration with SEBI in the month of June, that will enhance the investor awareness and financial education? So where was this Niveshak Shivir? The first edition of it launched. It was launched in Pune, Maharashtra. Right, and what is this Niveshak Shivir? This will help the investors to claim back the unclaimed dividends, stocks, mutual funds, right? So they will be able to claim that amount. Next is Opal Sucheta Chungsri, right? She is from Thailand, right, and she has been crowned as the Miss World 25 at the 72nd edition of the Miss World pageant that was held in Hyderabad, Telangana. Next, Annalena Baerbock was elected as the president of which organization in June, succeeding Philemon Yang? So it was of United Nations General Assembly. This was the Annalena Baerbock became the president of the 80th session of United Nations General Assembly, right? And during this session only she was selected with 167 votes out of 188 seats. She will start her office on 9th of September 2025 and she succeeded Philemon Yang, the former Prime Minister of Cameroon, and also she became the 5th woman overall to lead the United Nations General Assembly. Next, mention the name of the person elected as the President of Poland in June, succeeding Andrzej Duda. So, Karol Nawrocki, right, is the person elected as the President of Poland. Next, identify the organization which appointed Rajiv Memani as its president for FY26, succeeding Sanjeev Puri. So, Rajiv Memani, the president of CII, that is Confederation of Indian Industry, and he succeeded whom? He succeeded Sanjeev Puri, Rajiv Memani. Next, who won the F1 Armaco Grand, that is your Spanish Grand Prix held in Barcelona, Spain? So Barcelona or this Spanish Grand Prix was won by Oscar Piastri. He is from UK and he drives for McLaren. Right? Next, Australian all-rounder Glenn Maxwell. So Glenn Maxwell has announced retirement from ODI, bringing an end to a distinguished 13-year-old career. He has been part of 2 World Cup winning squads of Australia in ICC Men's Cricket World Cup in 2015 and 2023. So right option here becomes option 4th. Next, which 2 global companies' low Earth orbit satellites constellations are expected to support India's defense sector with faster and more reliable communication as announced in May 2025?
So which two global companies low Earth orbit satellite constellations are expected to support India? It is OneWeb and SpaceX. OneWeb is of UK and SpaceX is of Elon Musk of USA. Next, what is the maximum investment limit for retail individual investor in IPO as per the Securities and Exchange Board of India? So, maximum investment limit for individual investor in IPO, it is 2 lakh rupees. Right? Moving on. Next is Nicaragua recently became 101st member to officially approve the agreement on fisheries subsidies of World Trade Organization. Right? With this milestone, WTO is poised to roll out fisheries funding mechanism, commonly referred to as WTO Fish Fund. Next, as per RBI data released in June, Dash accounted for the longest or largest share of total bank deposits at 59.5% in FY25. So, as per RBI data released in June, term deposits, right, they accounted for the largest share of the total bank deposit, because we are seeing that people are not investing money in fixed deposits or not keeping in bank, rather they want to earn money and they want to invest the money in the stock market, right, which is also a different case scenario. Next is name the organization that in June 25 projected India's GDP growth for FY26 at 6.3% in their economic outlook of 25. Issue 1 title Tracking Uncertainty Reviving Growth. Which is this organization we are talking about? It is OECD, Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. This is the organization, they have released this Data Economic Outlook 2025 Issue 1 Tackling Uncertainty and Reviving Growth, in which they are projecting India to grow by 6.3% in FY26. Next is mention the name of the person elected as the 14th President of the Republic of Korea in June 24, succeeding Yoon Suk Yeol. So Lee Jun Suk, I correct, not this, Lee Jae Myung, right, is the 14th president of South Korea, and he succeeded Yoon Suk Yeol. Next, in May, ACC Appointments Committee of the Cabinet approved the extension of Swaroop Kumar Shah's tenure as MD and CEO of which public sector bank? So, Swaroop Kumar Shah has been appointed as the MD and CEO of Punjab and Sindh Bank. Next, identify the correct statement regarding the IPL 2025 whose final was held at the Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad, Gujarat. If we look at the options here, option A and B are only right. That is, Royal Challengers Bangalore secured their first ever IPL victory by defeating Punjab Kings in the final, and Sai Sudarshan won the orange cap. Correct? C is wrong here, right? That means Surya Kumar won the Emerging Player of the Season award with the prize money of 10 lakh rupees. No. So who has won the Emerging Player of the Season award? It was won by Sai Sudarshan, right? And he is from Gujarat Titans. Correct? Take a note of this. And he is also the person who won the orange cap. That is, orange cap is for the most runs. Orange cap is for the most number of runs, right? Most number of wickets, it is purple cap. Next, which country hosted the 39th COSPAS SAR-SAT, that is Space System for the Search of Vessels in Distress, Search and Rescue Satellite Aided Tracking Joint Committee meeting for the first time on 27th of May. So which country hosted it? It was hosted by UAE, United Arab Emirates. Next, mention the Indian university that recently developed the India's first gene-edited sheep in May using the CRISPR-Cas9 gene editing technology. It is Sher-e-Kashmir University of Agriculture, Science and Technology. Next, which of the following inaugurated the new unified headquarters of the Quality Council of India at the World Trade Center, New Delhi on 5th of June? It is Ministries of Commerce and Industry.
Next, during a 3-day visit of the President of Prague, Santiago Pena, to India in June, Union Minister for External Affairs Dr. S. Shankar and Ruben Ramirez, the Minister of the Foreign Affairs of Prague, they have signed a memorandum of understanding that will be establishing a joint commission mechanism. And also remember this here, he was on a visit to India. correct. And his visit was also held at great significance as both India and Prague commemorated the 64th anniversary of the establishment of the diplomatic relation between the two countries. Next, which two wetlands in Rajasthan were newly designated as the Ramsar sites as announced by Union Minister for Environment, Forest and Climate Change Bhupendra Yadav? So, which two wetlands? They are Kichan and Manar. Right, these are the two wetlands that have been declared as the Ramsar sites. Now we see Rajasthan, it has a total of 4 Ramsar sites. And with this, India has a total number of 91 Ramsar sites. That is the highest in Asia and third globally. Highest is in UK with 175 Ramsar sites, and Mexico on second position with 142 Ramsar sites, and India is on the third position now. Next, India won the presidency of Dash, a global administrative body for 2025 to 2028. So, India has won the presidency of International Institute of Administrative Sciences IIAS. This is for the term 2025 to 2028. Next, in June, United Nations General Assembly elected 5 countries as the non-permanent members of United Nations Security Council 2026-2027 term. Which of the following was not among them? And they will be here for the 2 years. Right? Among the following, if we see, Norway is not among them, Latvia, Liberia, Colombia, Bahrain. Right? And these are the countries that were elected here, right, as the non-permanent members of the United Nations Security Council. Correct? And these countries will be replacing Algeria, Guyana, Sierra Leone, South Korea, and Slovenia. Next, one more add here, Democratic Republic of Congo, the 5th one, instead of Norway. Next is identify the mutual fund company that launched India's first index fund tracking Bombay Stock Exchange 1000 total return index in June 2025. It is Motilal Oswal Mutual Fund. Next, as per the approval by the Competition Commission of India on June, Warburg Pincus LLC will acquire up to 9.99% of the paid up share capital of IDFC First Bank Limited. Next is Pobitora Wildlife Sanctuary. It is located in Dash. So Pobitora Wildlife Sanctuary, it is located in Assam. And as per the census of 2022, as per the census or as per the 2022 rhino census, Povitra, it houses 107 one-horned rhinos. So take a note of this information also. Right, and this is the highest density of rhinos that are found in India. And this sanctuary, it reported 0 rhino mortality. Next, which state in India achieved 100% success rate in the Foundation Literacy and Numeracy Assessment Test under the Understanding of Life Learning for All in Society, that is Ullas Nav Bharat Sashaktra Karyakram in June 2025. So which state in India achieved 100% success? It is Tamil Nadu. Next, what is the revised minimum land requirement in hectares for setting up semiconductor manufacturing unit in multi-model SEZ as per the Special Economic Zones Amendment Rules of 2025 as notified by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry in June? So what is the revised minimum land requirement? It is 4 hectares of land minimum requirement for setting up this SEZ. Setting up semiconductor manufacturing unit in the multi-product SEZ. Next, India was elected as one of the 18 new member nations to the United Nations Economic and Social Council by United Nations General Assembly for the term 2026 to 2028. Next, India secured which rank in the Climate Change Performance Index 25, topped by Denmark at the 4th position with the first 3 positions remaining vacant. So India secured which position? India secured 10th position here with, right, and in this Climate Change Performance Index, and it was topped by Denmark at the 4th position. Correct, I repeat, so India at the 10th position, topped by Denmark, right? Take a note of this. Next, why 4th position? Because the first 3 position, it is said that there were no countries that are performing up to the level that is required to make sure that our climate is safe. Next, financial technology company Wise, formerly known as TransferWise, received in principle approval from RBI to operate in which category for export transactions? It is payment gateway or payment aggregator cross border, not payment gateway, payment aggregator cross border. What is payment aggregator cross border and what is simply payment aggregator? Payment aggregator is when you can receive the money or send money to the merchants within India, and cross border is when within the different countries also around the globe you will be able to send and receive payment through the merchants.